Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and to this video that's gonna be this week's new makeup releases. Going on the wishlist or not, this is a series on YouTube where every Sunday I come back, we chat about the new makeup releases, the things that's been released, announced and sneak peeked throughout the last week, and I talk about whether or not I want to pick it up, whether or not I want to anti-haul it. Then you let me know in the comments whether or not you want to pick them up or if you think it's the stupidest thing you've seen in 2020. Which is, let's be honest, a pretty high bar. So if it is indeed that, wow, we do have some winners slash losers this week, but there are some really stupid things being released all the time and there's some really interesting things being released as well, and I have truly been loving a lot of the things coming out this late 2020, so we're gonna talk about a couple this week. And if you haven't been here before, my name is Angie. Hello, I am a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful. I do have a bit of a green grungy moment coming on today, and also this is my I cannot be bothered with washing my hair. That's what the space bun situation is called. And if you are interested in seeing some more color in the timeline, if you want to see some things that you might not see on every other channel, would love to see you subscribe because I do upload several videos a week. Actually, this week we had 7 videos because I did have a member exclusive video yesterday. You can join my little button here and you can join to be a member on my channel, and you will get member exclusive tutorials and also member exclusive emojis to use in the comments and a little symbol next to your name showing that you are part of the Happy Clown Squad. But let's get into this video because I have things to talk about. Okay? Okay, we have quite a lot of things to talk about, but I wanted to talk about some of the videos that I've had up this week because it's been a couple of the news that actually have been released just now. And actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today is the Natasha Denona Triochrome. It's like, oh, it's a beautiful like duochrome packaging, and this is the palette that's on my eyes today. I do have a video on this. This has been released in US, but it is releasing in Europe on the 10th. So I will leave a link down below to where you can find it depending on where you are in the world. I bought this at Beautylish and they gave me express shipping for free, so I got this on Friday. I'm not complaining. Thank you, Beautylish, and that's why I have it. I bought it myself. Another thing that has been released is the Juvia's Place Wahala 2. I did have a video up on this one as well, and this one has now been released at Ulta as well. So I will leave a link to it down below. You seem to be so interested in this palette, and I will say I am so impressed with the quality of this palette. I did film a first impression. It is live on my channel. We'll try and remember to leave that down below as well. And since I was so impressed with this palette, I already started filming 3 looks. So I have filmed 2 looks more with this palette. So there is a 3 looks 1 palette coming hopefully next week. Another thing that has been not released, it is coming I think on the 9th, and that is the Kaleidos Prophecy Multichrome highlighter. I do have a video on this as well. They did send this to me in PR. I got this quite early actually. I'm super grateful for that. So there is a video up on my channel if you want to see how a multichrome highlighter really works, because I think I got some really good footage of that, and that one is releasing next week. I will leave a link to it. I think it's on the 9th, and I am wearing the Mars Melter today, the highlighter that they reformulated. I also compared the old Mars Melter to the new Mars Melter in that video. And then we have the Nabla. The Nabla collection is releasing on the either 10th or 11th in US. I will leave the correct date down below. I'm not sure which one of it is. It is launching on Ulta, and I have a video showcasing these items because I did get them sent to me as PR. This is the palette. I've swatched it and used it. It is a neutral collection. It is called the Side by Side Nude collection. My cat is so cute. And there's a glitter palette in here as well, and I'm also swatching this. Plus there's some lip liners. I'm wearing one of the lip liners today. I will leave in a pinned comment on everything that's on my face in case you're interested. So if you were interested in this holiday collection from Nabla, their big new nude palette, I will leave a link to that as well down below. Just know that it is launching on Ulta next week. It is available at Beauty Bay already if you want to order from there. So I just wanted to talk about those things in the beginning because it's very unusual that I have things before or as they are launching. But I just wanted to give you some initial thoughts, and if you wanted to see some swatches, hear my thoughts, see a makeup look, all of that is already available. I will link it down below. Now let's jump in, let's scoochy, and let's jump into some of the news. There is a lot of... I don't know how long this episode is going to be because I feel so meh about a lot of the things that are being launched. Like, look at this one. This is the new collection from XX Revolution. I don't understand why they are releasing this collection. They have already announced and released their holiday collection. What is this? Why are you releasing an... Oh, because they're Makeup Revolution and they release more stuff than Colourpop. But why are you releasing another collection that looks like a golden holiday collection after you have released your holiday collection? Like, what's the point? I don't understand. I'm not the biggest fan of Makeup Revolution's formulas. I've tried a lot of XX Revolution. I only liked the pressed highlighters. All the other things I tried I didn't like, including the eyeshadows. I didn't think that they were that good. This is available. I will link it down below in case you are interested, but I will say, they really need to adapt the fewer but nicer things. They are in someone needs to do an intervention over at Makeup Revolution and be like, fewer but nicer things. Okay? Another thing that is available is the new lip glosses from Zoeva. I'm pretty sure that Zoeva is available at Ulta as well. I'm not 100% sure, but if I can find this in US, I will link them down below. Otherwise, you can buy Zoeva from Beauty Bay, and they have launched some lip glosses. They are powerful lip shines. I like these colors. I think the second from the bottom, which is that shiny coral, I think that looks really, really pretty. I'm not in the market for lip glosses right now. I'm actually wearing one of the wee lip glosses on my lips again. I tried them in the Nabla video. I really like them. They are really nice and moisturizing, but still like balmy, but not like too watery. They're nice. I like them a lot. So I'm not in the market for lip glosses, but maybe you are. There was another thing from Zoeva. Oh, this is their holiday palette. This is the limited edition compact size Share Your Radiance eyeshadow palette. This has 6 shades, and I have one of these Zoeva 6-pan palettes, and it's really nice. So I am sure that this is going to be nice quality. This is just not a color story that I'm looking for. The one that I have is more like a plummy, purpley, if I'm not 100% mistaken, maybe even a pink, I don't know. But something that's a little more up my alley than this one. But if this is something that you like, I love the burgundy red packaging with the gold inside. I think it looks really, really cute. And like I said, I like the other 6-pan palette I had. This is probably also available at Beauty Bay. I will link where you can find this down below. Zoeva is a very affordable German brand. It is available at Sephora and a couple of Sephoras in Europe. Pretty sure it's available at Sephora France. It is available at Sephora Sweden, but I think it's available at Ulta in US. But I think that this is cute. If this is something that you like, this could be a very affordable, like perfect, like stocking. What do you call stocking stuffers? You call it that? We don't really do stockings like socks, Christmas socks, stockings like that in Sweden. That's not a tradition we have, although I think the tradition sounds really cute. And these palettes from Zoeva are usually very affordable, so I feel like this could be something good to put in someone's stocking if they're like a makeup lover. This is something that you tagged me in a lot, and that is that Kristen Leigh Cosmetics is coming back with her glitter gel. Look at these! Look at these! They look so nice. I will say, I was at the website and I was like, do I want to try something? And then I realized that I have all of these colors already. Not in gels, but I have them in like, I need to be smart. But I have all of these colors. Do I need even more singles? Maybe not, but I do love it. And I like the packaging with them being in squeezy tubes because it's so easy to really tighten the tube thing. I am intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I was so close to buying it. I really was. I think that this is one of those things that eventually I'll try it. I haven't tried Kristen Leigh Cosmetics, but I've heard a lot of people really love them. And I know that my friend Amy Loves Makeup does have a code with them, so you can save some money off. Viseart is releasing even smaller eyeshadows. I love this. They're coming out with quads. This is apparently part of Holiday 2020. These are Petits Fours. I love this. I hope to come up with even more. This is in Flamboise, so it is raspberries, and it is 4 shades, 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. I need one of the... I want something darker. That's just personal preference. I want something darker. And the other one, the one that is in nude, it is called... I can't see what it's called. I can't see what it's called, but it's a nude. And it has like, I think 2 shimmers and 1 matte and 1 satin from what I can see. I could be wrong. They're too light. I love the idea of quads. I like the Viseart formula. I've tried a couple of them this year. It's one of the brands that I wanted to try in 2020. I could definitely see myself buying a quad from Viseart if it's a little darker. I just need something that's just a little darker than this. Definitely not the beige one, but the pink one, if that one had a dark plum instead, I could see myself getting that, definitely, but it's just a little too light to be up my alley. There is another nude palette coming, and this is from Linda Hallberg Cosmetics. She is launching a nude eyeshadow palette and an eye primer. I can review a nude eyeshadow palette and I can compare it and I can use it and I can do a look. It's not like I hate nudes, but I get enough in PR from brands that I like and respect, so I wouldn't go out and buy a nude eyeshadow palette unless it's like something special. But this one, I'm sure that her quality is going to be really nice. If I get it in PR, I'll show it and I'll use it and show it to you and let you know if I think it's good or not. I don't understand the red plastic packaging. I preferred the cardboard packaging that she had, but that's maybe just my personal preference. It's a classic nude palette with some peaches. I'm sure that people who love nudes are gonna like this, and Linda usually does good products. The only products from her that I don't like is her liquid shadows. I just don't think they layer that good, and I like layering liquid shadows on top of other things. The eye primer is something that I'm very intrigued by, but I have eye primers right now. Same here, if I get it in PR, I'll use it and I'll let you know if it's good or not. This is something that I would buy if I was running out of eye primers, but I'm not running out. I am not in any, by any stretch of the imagination, running out of eye primers. Pretty set when it comes to that. So this is not something that I'm gonna pick up myself, but I will link it down below. I'm sure it's coming to Beauty Bay. It's just not something that I would pick up, and if I get it in PR, I'll try it, but you know, I'm not, that's not like what I'm getting excited by. I look so forward to filming my makeup predictions for 2021 because I have a makeup prediction of something that I've seen lurking, and I'm so intrigued to see if you agree with me, speaking of neutrals. So I'm so intrigued to film that video. I can be intrigued by neutrals. I really can. I just need it to be a bit more than just like the classics. Maybe that. This is something that I know my friend Karen Harris was interested in. This is not something for me. This is from Sample Beauty, and this is the Equalizer palette volume 2. These are 30 shades of a mix of mattes and shimmers. I have been dabbling a bit in bigger palettes, and I will say I do understand what you're saying with it gives you more options. I feel though sometimes when I get a bigger palette that it's like there's too many options. It's like I could film 15 looks. It just makes me a smidge overwhelmed. So I prefer something that's, I love a 6-pan. I love a 6-pan, I love a quad, but I will say I also really appreciate something that's like 10 to 20 shades. When it becomes more than that, I do see the need for me to edit it down a bit. I don't want it to be more than that, but I can still, like, if it's really interesting, I'll buy it. But this one is like a bit too neutral leaning, and a couple of shades that I just think, just looking from this picture, are just a bit too similar and redundant in my eyes. And maybe it's not like that at all if I see it in real life, but it's just not drawing me in. I will say though that on the bottom row there is something that looks to be like a sparkly or maybe a metallic black. My god, I cannot form sentences. Can metallic blacks, like smooth foiled metallic charcoal blacks, come back? Can that come back? Like, can that make a comeback? Can we have that? I want to like, I have that in a single. I probably have it here somewhere. I can dig it up, but can that make a comeback in a palette? Please, with a cherry on top. I love that. Love that. Oh my god, I want to do a look with that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I did one so long ago. I kind of feel like I want to do a new one. But yeah, this palette isn't for me. I'm pretty sure that Sample Beauty is sold at Beauty Bay as well, so I will link it down below. This is launching. Oh, this is already available. I don't know if it's available at Beauty Bay though, but I will link Beauty Bay down below and you can have a peek. It's an easy way to shop brands like this. Beauty Bay is actually really good at having some indie brands, so I think that that's pretty cool. Another new release, and let me see when this is coming. This is the new Magic plus Ecstasy. My cat is chewing on my cardboard box. Sweetie, that's not food. She's like, are you deficient in something? Are you deficient in paper? Are you deficient in paper? Do you hear this? Sweetie! Oh my god, I need to sort this. Oh my god, someone might think I'm not feeding my cats. Either way, this is a new Suva beauty palette. It's launching on the 13th and it's going to be $35. Pretty sure that this is going to launch on Suva Beauty's own website. I don't know what retailers they have right now. Maybe I should search for that, but maybe the safest bet is to look at their website. I love the idea of having one row of mattes and one row of shimmers, but in this case it's one row of glitters. Or is that a matte black? Maybe there's one more matte. This is the thing. I love Suva Beauty. I'm rooting for Suva Beauty, but they are always a couple of steps behind when it comes to trends, and I feel so bad for them. I think that Suva Beauty just needs to scrap all the ideas they have right now and just like begin fresh. Just like let's just create something for ourselves, because I like and a well-established, pretty well-liked indie brand like Suva releasing a pressed glitter eyeshadow palette in the late 2020. Usually indie brands are the ones leading the way. They're not followers, they're leaders. And right now, I feel like Suva Beauty is like not even following. They're like straggling behind. I don't know. I feel bad for them because I like the brand. I bought things from Suva. I still use their Hydra liners, but I was like, ooh, sweetie, are you okay? Here is something that I'm gonna buy. Let's talk about the first thing in this whole release thing that I'm gonna buy. This is a new brush set from Nabla. I love the brushes that I have from Nabla. Pretty sure that these are synthetic brushes. This is the Ruby Brush Set, 6 brushes with synthetic bristles that equate to natural hair. I 1,000,000% agree. I feel like Nabla's synthetic hair bristle brushes, they are synthetic, but they are the closest to natural hair that I have in my collection that isn't natural hair. I really like their brushes a lot. This was not included in the PR set that I got, this one that I got with the new collection. This one wasn't included, but I am very intrigued, so I am gonna purchase this myself. This is my philosophy. If I want something and I get it in PR, that's nice. If not, I'll buy it myself. And this, I will buy this myself. The brushes seems to be the same quality as the other brushes that they have, and I like those. I like that those, like, let me see if I can find. You see that it's the same kind of bristles here that it is in that picture. And this one I really like. This one is from the brush set, the nude brush set. They came up with this, I want to say last summer. Really good brush set as well if you're looking for a smaller brush set for your eyes. That one is still available at Beauty Bay. It's a really nice brush set. So this one I'm gonna buy. It is cruelty free and it is launching first in the Trend Mood box that Trend Mood is doing with Nabla. So Nabla is the next Trend Mood box. So if you wanted to try some things from Nabla, there's gonna be this brush set. There's gonna be a couple of things from the new collection. I would suggest you to check out the Trend Mood box and before it sells out. I don't know the details about that, but this brush set, as soon as it becomes available at Beauty Bay, this girl is picking it up. Oh, here's another thing that I also tried this week. Let's talk about the new things from Lethal Cosmetics. They are launching these face powders. They have pre-made palettes and then individual blushes and bronzers, and you can buy an empty palette and just pull them together. And these face powders will also be included in the like the builder tool that they have, so that you can pick and choose those face powders as well together with eyeshadows in their like build your own eyeshadow palette tool that they have on their website. You can also include some of these face powders. I don't know exactly when these are being released, but I'm pretty sure that it's next week. And I did try some of these face products, the bronzer, the highlighter, and the blush in the video where I'm using the Nabla, so that is also linked down below. These were nice, and I am wearing them today. Not the highlighter, because that is the highlighter from Kaleidos, but I'm wearing the bronzer and I'm wearing the blush from Lethal. Very, very, very good quality. I 100% recommend Lethal, especially if you wanted to try a new European indie brand. They are based out of Germany. So I will also leave a link to that down below. And as you can see in this picture, they don't have that typical range of colors. They go very, very deep, and they also go a bit unusual. So they have like a yellow blush, an orange blush, and they have very deep colors as well. So this is something that I really love to see. So I will leave a link to that as well. It's launching next week, like I said. There are more Disney collections coming out. Listen. We are not done with Disney. Okay. Oh my god. Essence is doing a collab with Disney princesses. This is the whitest of the whitest princesses, which is Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Ariel. My guess, Essence is a German makeup brand. My guess is the reason why they are doing it with this 3 princesses is because these are based on European folk tale, old European. I even think 2 of them are German and 1 of them is Danish. I don't know that 1 of them is Danish, but I'm pretty sure the other 2 are German, so I could be wrong. This is just, I think. They look very basic. Not for me. I don't hate it though. I like it more than I like the Makeup Revolution that we talked about last week, so there's that. And then Catrice is doing with Disney villains. Catrice and Essence are owned by the same company. That's why sometimes their products look a bit similar. That's why one of them is collabing with the princesses and one of them is collabing with the villains. This collection is smaller, but it's the same villains as the princesses. So it's Ursula, the Evil Queen, and Maleficent. Pretty basic, don't hate it, still like it more than the Makeup Revolution. Not something that I'm gonna pick up because it is indeed very basic, and it looks, I mean, it looks a bit cheap, but it also is a bit cheap, so this isn't for me. This isn't for me at all. Disney has really been trying to recoup their losses for having their parks closed this year, and they are working, like, the devil works hard, but Disney works harder, because they're also doing a collab. Oh, you thought we were done? No. Sit tight, sit tight. They're also doing a collab with Mad Beauty. I've never heard about them in my life. A beauty company creating gifts. Okay, so they're making makeup merch. Good for you. Good for you. It is this absolutely atrocious Mulan palette and this absolutely atrocious Friends palette, which is not, of course, with Disney then. It's with whatever. What company has Friends? Not sure. Hate both of them. Thanks, but no thanks. Moving on. Patrick Ta Beauty is a company that I want to try more things off, but not this holiday release, because this is the Major Glow Face Gloss. This looks pretty, but this, I know, gloss. Listen, if they had called it gel, I would have been... How weird is that? Now that I think of it. If he would have called it face gel instead of face gloss, I would have been like, tell me more. But now I'm like, gloss, that seems sticky. That seems like something that doesn't dry down. Gel seems like light and fluffy and like something that would sink in and dry down. And maybe it is, but that's not what gloss is telling me. So just because he says gloss makes me not interested. So if you're interested, maybe this is indeed a gel. What do I know? But for me, this is a pass. This is not for me. I'm gonna pass on that, but who knows, maybe it's amazing. But if it had been called gel, I'd be like, sign me up. Patrick Starr's brand One Size Beauty is coming out with things. 2 loose face powders, 1 in deep and 1 in translucent. I feel like that's maybe a couple of shades too little. Then there's a face puff. I think that that's smart because I've seen him use face puffs with powders a lot. I wonder where my face puff went. I had the face puff from Linda Hallberg Beauty and I love it like cosmetics. Love it so much. Wonder where mine went. I need to look for that because that is a great product. I missed that. Where is it? I love that I'm looking around like I'm just gonna magically, it's gonna like appear somewhere, but that... See, that could be smart. And then he's releasing lashes, and listen, these lashes looks like straight up caterpillars. Oh my, these are... Who asked for these? Who asked for these lashes? Who's out here wearing these lashes except if you are performing? Like, if you are on stage, something like this is gonna be like, wow. But it needs to be like, lashes like this, it's like a Monet. You have to be like, how you doing? You can't be too close, because if you're too close and it's just like a carpet that's just like, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work. So for me, these are performer lashes, and I like dramatic lashes, but I wouldn't wear something like that. Maybe that's what I wanted to say. Wet n Wild Beauty has released a Star Luxe holiday collection. It is right now available apparently in stores, because this is one of the stands that they have in stores. They have said that it's going to be on their website soon, so I will link that down below in case you're interested. It seems to be some sparkly things for holiday season, some duos with some glitter, some quads. It seems to be 3 eyeshadows and a glitter, and then some lip glosses and brushes. Maybe stick highlighters? Seems to be like sheeny, glittery, sparkly holiday makeup, the kind of makeup that people like at the end of the year. Although I don't know this year. How is holiday going to be this year? Me and my husband have decided to not see our family this year. We're staying here. So that's going to be weird. It's going to be the first time in a million years that I'm not spending Christmas with my family. So it's just going to be me and my husband and our 3 pets. But I think I'll still dress up. I'll go sparkly. Yeah, sure. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that. Definitely. There's something else that's coming. I wanted to mention this because I think I missed something, but maybe you can help me. But this is the Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. Do you remember how much I used to love Makeup Addiction Cosmetics? I bought all of their palettes, but then I branched out and I found other things. I still think that they make bomb-ass palettes, but people weren't really talking about them anymore, so it didn't make sense for me to make videos about them. But they are making the Flaming Love Rebirth palette. What I don't understand and what I can't really see in the post about it is there anything new about this? Because from what I can see, and I used to own the Flaming Love but I actually gave it away, is that this seems to be the exact same shades as in the original palette, but just like now they put Rebirth on the front. Is it just that they're re-releasing an old palette? I don't know if I feel like that's that interesting. I feel like if you're gonna re-release an old palette, maybe, I don't know, because she did have another palette. This is a European-based indie brand. It is owned by a woman of color. This is a brand that I really want to support because I love their formats, but I can't buy the same palette again, especially not after decluttering it. It makes no sense. But if it is the exact same palette, I can tell you that it is great quality. Unfortunately, the pans are very big. But I kind of wish, because I know the palette she came out with after this, like before this, was smaller pans and more shadows, and I kind of wish that she had took the Flaming Love and made that into that format instead and just added some more colors to like spice up this color selection even more and call that the Rebirth, because this just seems like you took the exact same shades and just made a new cover, and I'm not sure if anyone really was looking for that. e.l.f. is making some new releases. e.l.f. is not really a brand that I'm shopping from because they're not really readily available in Sweden. They come to Sweden months later and they're usually double the price, sometimes 3 times the price. But if you're living in a country where e.l.f. is pretty affordable, they're releasing a flawless brightening concealer. It's like one of those clicky concealers. Not my favorite type of concealers, but I also don't hate it. Seems to be couple of shades, not that many shades, but I'm guessing since it is in a clicky pen like this, that it is more of a light to medium coverage concealer that's a bit more brightening, maybe some illuminating particles in it. And then they're releasing a putty blush. I saw a lot of people being really interested in this. It's in a little jar. It is a putty blush as an expansion in their putty line. This seems really nice, but I just don't understand why people are so like, oh my god, putty blush. I'm like, Colourpop has had putty blushes for like, what is it, 5 years? And they're great, and I'm not saying that these are not great either, but it's not like they invented something. But I'm happy to see more brands coming up with putty anything, because I like face products in a putty formula. I think they're really good. But I have stuff like this because I have so many Super Shock Chics. So for me, this is not super interesting. I already have putty blushes that I love, but maybe if you like e.l.f. more than Colourpop, or if e.l.f. is easier for you to get a hold of than Colourpop, maybe that could be something for you. Let me see what else I have to talk about. Is there anything else that I was looking to buy? Should we talk a bit more about the Melt collection? I'm surprised that the Melt and Beetlejuice collection didn't come out for Halloween. Instead, it seems like they're releasing it for Black Friday, which is what they did last year as well. I think that like Beetlejuice is like a Halloween collection. Yeah, sure, but maybe they didn't see it like that. I'm not here to judge, to tell them that it had to be a Halloween collection. Or maybe it was delays, because 2020 has been the year of delays. What do I know? I will say, the more that I look at this collection, the more I am 100% sure I am only getting the eyeshadow palettes. And the more I look at the eyeshadow palettes, the more I like the one with the reds and the grays more than I like the green and the purple one. I know, shocking, right? But I don't know if you remember this, but if you've been on my channel for a really long time, you've seen me gushing over palettes that are super cool tone palettes with grays with a pop of burgundy. And this is that, but even better, because it is half burgundy and half cool tone grays and a black. This is perfect for me. This is exactly the palette that I wanted, but just a bit more Angie-fied. Yeah, did I just say that? But just a bit more me, since it's more reds. So I'm actually 1,000,000% on board on that palette. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I want. That palette, I feel, is going to be the foundation for a lot of my looks and inspiration for a lot of my looks. I know a lot of people have been annoyed that the palette with the grays and the reds have 2 more pans than the one with the green and the purple. I personally don't care about stuff like that. Doesn't bother me. Those are not the kind of things that get to me at all. I don't care. I don't care. Like, listen, I have more than 100 eyeshadow palettes. Very few of those are the same size, with the same pan size and the same pan. Like, why would I care if I add 2 more palettes? That, like, it doesn't matter. They're already not the same size as the other melt palettes. I guess that doesn't bother me at all, actually. But if it does bother you, I'm totally okay with that. Like, I'm not telling you what to think, I'm just saying that for me, that doesn't bother me. And I feel like sometimes a lot of people bandwagon, they hear it and they're like, oh yeah, I'm so annoyed by that. And I'm like, are you really? Is that something to be annoyed about? I don't know. Maybe if you disagree, I 100% respect that you disagree. Let me know in the comments how you feel about that. I also want to talk about some new makeup releases from Alien Cosmetics. They are coming out with 2 new things. These might be available. I think that these might be available, at least one of them. This is the blush and highlighter palette. This seems to be, okay, this is the most unusual blush and highlighter palette I've seen in my entire life. This is so cool. Purple, dark orange, plums, and then that like goldy green. This is the coolest and most unusual blush and highlight palette I've seen in my entire life. If you thought that everything was done when it came to blush and highlighter palettes, I present to you this. How unusual is this? I mean, I don't need a blush and highlighter palette. I don't even reach for blush and highlighter palette. A duo, love that. A trio, I can get aboard with a trio. A trio is nice. When it comes bigger than that, I'm like, where am I putting this? Like, ugh. And I just don't reach for it. So I probably wouldn't reach for it because it's so big, but wow. I'm very, very impressed by how that looks. And they're also coming out with an eyeshadow palette. Let me see if this one is available. This is Alien Cosmetics Holiday Palette 2020. It's coming soon. The shades are not displayed in the order in which they will be in the palette. It's just a sneak peek. It looks to be a blue, red and burgundy palette with some smoky tones, mattes, shimmers. From what I can see here, and I looked at the close-up, none of them seems to be a pressed glitter. I'm very happy about that. Alien Cosmetics was one of those brands that used to put a pressed glitter in every palette, and this one doesn't have that. This one looks great. I think that this one looks really, really pretty. The more I look at this, I'm like, this looks great. Do I want this? Are you interested in this? What do you think about this? Let me know about this release. Do you think that this is something that you would like? Sign off in the comments down below. I'm all ears. Here is something from HipDot. I usually don't talk about HipDot because there's something about the brand, it just doesn't intrigue me, and I don't talk about everything that's being released. I talk about things that intrigue me in some way or another, and I will say, and my friends said the exact same thing. The first time I saw this picture, I was like, oh, is Oden's Eye coming out with something new? But no, it's HipDot. But this is the exact same kind of imagery that Oden's Eyes had on their packaging, so I'm slightly confused why they chose something so similar. We will say though, the inside and the color stories are very bland, and maybe that is not very Udasai according to me. So I like the packaging, but I don't like the shadows. The shadows are extremely mid-tone, light and mid-tone, pretty bland, so it's not for me. Maybe they look better in real life, but I thought I wanted to mention it at least. It's a 6-pan. I love a 6-pan. I just wish that one of the shades was darker. You know, I like something that's darker. Ooh, let's talk about a couple of sneak peeks. Okay? First sneak peek. This is Natasha Denona is shooting a summer 2021 palette. How cool is that? This shows how far in advance the bigger brands are. So this is apparently samples for Natasha Denona for 2021. I think it looks really yummy and dark. I love things that are dark. Dark eyeshadows, dark, colorful mattes. That's all I want. That's all I want. And I mean, I'm wearing the Triochrome today, but still I'm looking at this, I'm like, ooh, you sexy. I want to own you. So I'm intrigued for that. I'm excited to see that she's planning some new palettes. Another sneak peek is that Juvia's Place has announced that they're coming out with some skin. Juvia's Place skin. Coming in spring 2021. I am hoping, since Juvia's Place is owned by a woman of color, they've always made makeup to first and foremost fit women and men and other of color. That's been their first mission. And I'm hoping and I'm thinking that skincare is going to be the exact same thing. That they're probably going to have skincare to fit people of color and the issues, skin issues that you can have. I'm guessing like discoloration, ashiness, what I don't know because I'm obviously not. I don't have that skin color. So I'm kind of hoping that it will be like just a different view on skincare. I would love to hear what you think about this, and also Juvia's Place is so affordable, so this will probably be very affordable skincare. I don't see myself like running to the store to try this, mainly because I am very, very loyal when it comes to skincare. I'm the person that starts using something and uses it up. I don't really review skincare unless I find something that really works and changes my skin. So when I recommend some skincare for you, it's because I really love it and it's really been working for me. So I don't see myself reviewing this, but I'm intrigued to see what it can be about. Another sneak peek is that Jamie Genevieve, I think that's how you pronounce her name, she is a big beauty guru here on the platform. I haven't watched a lot of her videos, mainly because she's very into neutral makeup and I am normally not. But if you think that Jamie is someone that I should look into, let me know. Maybe her personality is something that I'm totally missing. Maybe I could vibe with the personality, because it's not all about the makeup. I mean, you're subscribing to a personality. She's coming out with a new brand. It's called Vive Muse, and as I'm filming this is all I have. But she does have an Instagram page, and I will link to the Instagram page down below if you want to follow along and see what she's coming up with. I'm very intrigued. Again, I think she is Irish or Scottish. Irish or Scottish? She's in Europe either way. I'm so sorry that I don't know whether or not she's Irish or if she's Scottish, but let me know in the comments. But she's coming up with something and I'm intrigued. It's interesting. It's always interesting to see when people are coming up with something new. Let me see if there's actually anything else that I want to talk about, because mommy needs a break. Oh, maybe I need to talk about the P. Louise. Okay, let me quickly talk about this one. KKW is coming out with a holiday collection. This seems like Sigma Beauty but more expensive. Then we have some kind of a holiday palette from NYX that is like 200 million shades. Why would you buy this? Who asked for this? Please, someone burn this before it takes over. Before it takes over. This is interesting though. This is Nyqvist Cosmetics and they're coming out with an eyeshadow palette, and these are 4 of the shades that they've revealed so far. Doesn't this look amazing? And I love that they do eye swatches to reveal their shadows. I think that this looks great. This looks great. I will talk more about this when they've revealed all their shadows, but as a first sneak peek, this looks amazing. Such a great way to show their shadows. So appealing. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about is the P. Louise cancelled collection. What the actual fluff is this? Who told her that this was okay? Don't you have any friends? And if your friends said that this was a good idea, let me be the one to tell you, they are not your friends, okay? This was an awful decision from beginning to end. First of all, Why would you bring this up again? If you didn't know, listen, P. Louise, I'm bringing it up again. Why do you want people to bring this up again? P. Louise was on the verge, or for some people, a lot of people, she was cancelled because she said the N-word, she didn't apologize for it, she did the, I'm not racist because I have a black boyfriend, she drew that card, and everyone was like, why wouldn't you just say, I'm an idiot, I apologize? Because that's what sane people do. And then she was unproblematic for a really long time, and people were starting to think that maybe she came to her senses. Who knows? Sometimes that happens. People come to their senses. And she was digging herself out of this hole. People were buying from her again. I was even trying her eye primer from a friend when I was at a trip. I didn't like it when I was at a trip. It really creased on me. But I was thinking that maybe I should buy one for myself and test it out better at home and just give like a proper review. And then she releases this collection and reminds us all again that she's an idiot. That's the only thing that this collection shows. Why would you drag this up again? Why would you try to get yourself cancelled? You didn't even apologize for the things you did. Why are you trying to throw a pity party about you being cancelled when you're the idiot? You said the N-word and you didn't apologize. And now you're doing this? Are you trying to profit out of you being a white woman saying the N-word? Is that what you're doing? Are you trying to make money out of you being a white woman saying the N-word and not apologizing? Is that what's happening here? I'm getting so heated, but this is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. What is going on here? I cannot, even if I'm trying, I cannot understand who thought that this was okay. If you are getting cancelled, it's not about cancelling people and being rude to them for no reason or harassing them. Cancelling someone online in social media is about holding someone accountable, about saying this is not okay and you need to be better. And she didn't. Apparently she didn't, and now she's bringing it all up again? I don't understand. It's not like she didn't do anything. You did something, and people wanted you to be held accountable, and instead you throw a pity party and you do this. And they call it a revolutionary collection. Listen, Linda, it's a bunch of beiges. This is not revolutionary. Someone, I swear. A quote from P. Louise herself. Lived through the darkest days of social media. It's not like it just happened to you. It didn't just happen to you. You created this situation. Being an influencer is everybody's dream job right now. Looking glorified on Instagram is the dream for some, but whilst influencing has its benefit for being in the limelight, the negatives soon engulf the positives. Yeah, if you're an idiot. Being P. Louise, every move I make is criticized and judged. Calm down, you're not Queen Elizabeth. Calm those titties. I live my life center stage. Being known online has its risks, and there will be people who want the worst for you. And that's the sad consequence of success. I will build my empire on the bricks people have thrown at me. Yeah, we can see that. You're trying to build your empire, monetizing on you saying the N-word and refusing to apologize for it. If you weren't cancelled before, let me tell you, you are on the way. You're on the way. And even though I don't think that this is like, oh my god, I'm never buying from the brand again. It's so stupid. Like, there are people doing worse things in the world. But I will say, sometimes we need to show people online that this is not okay. At least do not buy from this collection. Don't give her the benefit of monetizing on her being a fool. Don't give her money for that, at least. Because I just think that this is stupid. I normally do not get this heated or this upset, but I just... This is according to me, in as bad taste as the cremated palette was. Sometimes I just don't understand how people literally will try and make money out of anything, any situation. Mystifying. It's mystifying for sure. It is getting dark behind me because I'm living in the bat cave known as Sweden. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if the things became a bit ranty at the end. That's normally not the person I am. I will have a video tomorrow. You know what I'm having tomorrow? I'm super excited about tomorrow's video. I'm having my monthly rankings where I'm ranking everything that I hauled last month. It's gonna be a long video. Bring a drink for tomorrow's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!